Morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. Okay, now I was just sharing it on my news feed, and I'm like, oh, I'm a minute past when I said I was going live. But here I am. It's me, Wingish Nube, Majanki Kwe, your friendly, freaky ass, sweetgrass water medicine woman, coming at you live from my messy office. Haven't got it all cleaned up yet. Been going through a lot of, and I am a mess. I think I wrote that as a disclaimer in there. I want to do a little backup video. I don't know, in case this doesn't work. Because I'm kind of new. I'm, grieving. The title is Grieving. And how we all grieve, how we all lost. And I was holding up these books. Because this beautiful woman, you can read her story. She went through a lot. She was part of the 60s scoop. So, and I think in this time, tomorrow, that every child matters and the truth and reconciliation coming out, and that day being tomorrow. I think maybe that's why it's getting a gentle push to do this, to share. This is kind of a healing thing for me too that I used that's been helping me. And since I wasn't able to go live when I was on just doing it on my phone, now I've got a webcam. Picked up a cheap one, but hey, it works. I don't know how the live's going to go. This is the first one that I've done, but I wanted to talk about grief. This is Lynn. This is my big eagle sister. My big eagle sister. She wrote a lot. Red Road. This one's Never Say Never. These are books of her poetry. And then in the series, she called Child of the System. Look at that. There's a picture of her on the back there. Graduation picture. Beautiful soul. And now I've talked on the channel before, I'm pretty sure, talked about the beautiful ceremony that we did, Life on Life's Terms. Wow. She went out on her own terms, too. She lost the love of her life back in 2019. And I think she would have chose to join him right then and there. But she had we call ourselves their circle sisters. I was doing the traditional women's circle. And that's how we met. Went to the Nietzsche Kuenada, the Native Women's Healing Services Circle for women that have been in domestic violence. And she went through a lot. She was growed up in the system. And that's why I say the Truth and Reconciliation Day. She was one of those children too. And every child matters. And that little Lynn, there's that little girl right there. She went through so much, and it's all in her books. I highly recommend her books. I have a couple copies here that I will loan. I don't have any for sale. I didn't get that hooked up with her. And that was one of the first times that we met. We were talking. I'd heard lots about her at Nietzsche because she had gone to Nietzsche for a very long time. And I'd been there since 2010. I started getting out there and doing my healing journey, and Nietzsche was a big part of that. And I'd met Lynn and was during one of the circles, and we all went out back for a smoke. Or something. It was just Lynn and I there, and I was telling her about my Begin Within business and selling books. She says, "Oh, books like mine." So she gave me a book. Got it signed. This one. She wrote something. She's New Life Woman. To my eagle sis. With her little eagle sis. We're both Eagle Clan. A big healing journey together. And the Life on Life's Term ceremony was always on my birthday. Made me feel good. Made my birthday feel special. And I love sharing that with everybody. Because again, it still wasn't all about me. I have a hard time with things being all about me. I kind of push away from that. But then it's turned out Others calling me self-righteous or conceited or whatever, right? And I was like, I'm not. I'm no better than anybody else. And that I took pride in that. This is on my birthday. But it wasn't, she didn't pick that day because of me. She had woke up from dreaming of this ceremony, and that was the day she had wrote it down. So that's why she chose that day for the ceremony. But they say there's no such thing as coincidence. And we bonded. And we were both in the Cancer sign. I'm June 25th, which is the day of the Life on Life's term ceremony. And she's born the same day as my brother and my little cousin. And there was somebody else on that birthday. I believe it's Mama G. Gina from Love Links was undercover wear. Anyway, so we'd had that big connection. July 17th was her birthday. I was supposed to go spend a week with her. I was going to leave after my nanny's celebration of life. But then, life. I need to get back to work because the things going on in my life, it's affected my income and got me so low. And it just seems, pretty strange that a lot of calls have come up and the timing of them, which turned out to just help me anyway. But it certainly seems somebody's trying to throw me off somewhere, some way, somehow, And I really needed that. I wasn't able to go out. Because I'd started work too. And I was at work. She called me on the 17th, and I was just at the end of work waiting for a manager to come in. And I just said to my phone, I'll call you back on my ride home. I got up now. What am I going to eat after work? And I call her when I was on the road, and then I don't know what happened there, and I didn't focus on my eating and driving, whatever. And I feel trying not to feel guilty for that, because when somebody makes up their mind to do something, right, it's their choice, so nobody can talk them out of it. When you get so deep in that grief, and it was so hard for her, she didn't want to live without John. Not that she couldn't, she definitely could, but she didn't want to. She really didn't want to. She made a difference in so many people's lives. She started that Life on Life's term ceremony. And it helped so many people. I witnessed so many beautiful, so much powerful healing through that. It's still hearing, it's still with those women. And it's hard. I've heard from a couple already. I want to do something special here for her. And I would love to carry on the Life on Life's term ceremony. I have a big enough place here to do it. I would really love to do that. I really wanted to. She had moved to New Brunswick a few years ago. We had lost contact with the stuff that I was going through. There was some things happened that it really hurt. It really hurt. And I really try not to take anything personally, because I know it's not personal, but to honor myself too, right? That hurt. So I feel bad for that. And I feel bad for being hurt. Oh, but she called. She reached out again. She reconnected with me. And I still wanted to reconnect with her. There was just so much going on. I was learning to focus on me. When John made his transition to the other side road, I was there. I spent a week with her right after. I was there in the hospital right after. Another friend of ours, we weren't right there at the time that he died, but it was within the hour afterwards. I can still see him in the bed. I remember the coldness of his hand. That's something, I guess, as we get older, right? You have more losses. I remember as a child and hearing about my uncle died or when my grandpa died, and I cried because I thought, well, how come I'm not sad? I didn't know them that well. And as a child, there's that innocence that, you still feel those energies and stuff around. It's how we're told that's not true, that we let that all go. Um, let's do a smudge. How about that? Let's do a smudge. I'm 10 minutes in already. No viewers yet. That's all right. It's just a start. It kind of makes it easier for me, I think. I think I get nervous about the live and then, wanting to make sure I keep up if anybody chats or whatever, sends in a chat, wanting to keep up with that. There's oh, I remember from the last time too about the timing of it too. There we go. There we go. Right? How could you take me so seriously like that? Huh? That's all right. That's all right. Smudge. Oh, everywhere I look, right back here. Here's my little peekaboo bear that Lynn gave me. She gave me those eagle feathers. Not eagle feathers. Well, actually, some call it the giveaway eagle, which is the turkey. And what's coming up? Thanksgiving is coming soon. That's my girl's birthday. There's discoveries in the dark. These are on our healing journeys. We drum together. I really wanted to go out. I would really love to go out now and just to help sort through and her sacred items. I know she shared so much with me. We had lots of time together, just her and I. And then especially going through that grief. She never really got out of that. When she talked about John, it was like it just happened yesterday when it was in a couple years now, but he was so significant. You read in the book, John saved her, helped her save herself. I thought of the rocking horse that he made for her, for that little Lynn, adult-sized rocking horse. Well, she was still pretty little adult, so. Our families are both from the East Coast. And it was just, anyways, we was going to do a smudge, right? Started me thinking because she made this. It was one of the gifts she gave me. Oh, 9/14/2018 even. And the mark in there. Oh, after her begin with guidance session, she had me come out. We'd begin with a guidance session for her. She just loved that. Did the whole thing on the end of her dock. That was very cool. John was there too, so I got to spend a little bit of time with her and John too. I didn't hang around too much. I didn't want to, they had their routines and stuff. It was just the two of them, and they'd go to Texas. They were snowbirds. They'd head down to Texas every October, come back in April. And hard, connected with my children too. My children, we took them out. We helped her cleaning up after John passed. It was too much for her. After everything she'd already been through, stuff too. Okay, let's do a smudge and then we'll get into the talks because, I know I'm not the only one growing through this, having feelings about it. And it doesn't even have to be about Lynn. There's many people that have people in their lives go out on their own terms, their own times, that have been so sad they can't seem to get themselves out of it. Because no matter what, right? No matter what, even if you're surrounded by people, it's like an inside job. It's an inside job. So, we have to do that work on the inside for that healing. And if we keep on with the same thoughts, and we keep telling ourselves over and over, I can't do this, I can't get through this, I'll never be able to live with this or that, and there's nobody there, even though, right, we've talked about that on this channel before, we're looking over here, nobody cares, we're not seeing all the people pouring into us over here. We're just expending that energy, letting it go right through us and go, how come they don't care about me? Instead of turning and viewing and seeing, wow, I am so loved. So many people got my back, and when we're looking over here, we've got our back to them. So we're turning our backs on the people that are there for us the most. We all do it. But it's an inside job to see, where are we doing that in our own lives? Where do we do that in our own lives? Do we project it on somebody else? Do we make it their responsibility, right? Especially in these, and there's a codependence in that too. I mean, it's beautiful, and we love those relationships, and I keep thinking of the movie What Dreams May Come, and keeps coming to my mind. Robin Williams was one of my favorites. I cry over him too. Used to pretend in my little child mind. Yeah, right. My adult mind too. That there's a text that just came up. Ari's complaining of a headache, so she probably didn't go to school. So that happens after she's been here. Anyways, so that's a whole other story, and I'm not going to get talking on that because we're still in that. Still growing through that. And I'm just tired. I'm just tired. You know what? Sometimes I feel a little, I don't know how to say it, jealous or envious, or that's not the right words at all, but I don't know. Have you ever thought about that yourself? Maybe just be easier. I'm just so tired. Maybe everybody just be better off without me because I can't do anything in the state I'm in. I mean, that split second. But I know I can relate to that feeling. I might not be able to fully understand what somebody goes through in those times. Maybe we could kind of relate in a way. Because we've all had those times where we've just had enough. Maybe we don't think about taking out our lives in it with our own hands or whatever. I don't like that other word they use for it. It's so shaming, and I don't think anybody should be ashamed. Although, of course, my opinions or thoughts about it have grown and changed over the years. I used to think that it was selfish, but maybe it's also not. Maybe that's the only way they can see to help others, because they can't bring themselves out of it. They don't want to bring others down with them. So there's a lot. It's a lot. No shame, no blame, right? Then you read the books and you'll see that she grew through a lot. And, maybe you'll relate. Maybe you went through similar things too, and you don't feel so alone. These books have helped so many. She got them out there, and there's even community groups and stuff that called up, can I use your book? It's just wonderful, the amount of people that she touched. And the last time I was talking to her, she said, I just thought I'd have a bigger purpose. But she helped so many. She didn't see that. She helped others. New life woman. Gave them new life. Oh, maybe she was ready for a new life on the other side. Maybe she'll decide not to come back again for another earth walk. And you know what? She went through everything. She learned a lot. She's left lot for us to learn from too. In a message that she thought that I didn't want to have anything more to do with her, and I've never ever felt that way. And it kills me that she went out thinking that. And it makes me wish even more that I called her back. Because it didn't have to do with her. It was so much in my own life. And with my children, that's my priority, is my children and having my home for them. And so, that's the guilt. There's this natural parts of the grieving. So it's letting it go in her own way. This is one of my ways too, to share. You're not going through it alone. Here with you, even, it's not about Lynn. You have somebody in your life that has done that. There's all different ways of grieving and the grief process, and there's no wrong. There's no right or wrong way. It's your feelings. It's how you feel in your emotions, and it's what are they telling you about you, right? About your relationship with that person. I was really looking forward to reconnecting with her again, because I don't blame her. I don't blame her for the things that happen, because it's life. I don't take it personally. We get caught up in our things. And if we start telling ourselves stories about things like, I kept my distance then again. When I get hurt by somebody, I don't trust the same again. And I keep a distance. That's to protect myself. But I'm still loving. I still send out that loving energy. But I don't share as openly anymore about myself personally. But just over these last few years, there's been a lot of hurt and a lot used against me. And then a lot of people that I thought were there for me and said they were there for me, that when it came right down to it, they weren't. And I don't blame anybody either. And I don't want to be a burden. Everybody's got their stuff going on. So I don't take it personally. I really don't. But I'm still a person. Still a human. Still have feelings. Still have thoughts that go through my head. Nobody cares, or that word. Everybody from public school was singing, "Nobody likes me, everybody hates me. Think I'll go and eat worms, big fat juicy ones, teeny weeny little ones. See how they wiggle and squirm." Just singing that song would cheer me up about it, but it's not the truth, right? And if we look, there's times, just the other day even, I was feeling that hopeless. I feel disposable, Nobody's really there. The people that do love me, they can't be there. There's so many other things going on. I'm just feeling so caught in a lowdown. That was on Monday. And I got a call from a friend just at the time. And I was sending a message from somebody else in tears. And that reminded me. So see that when we need that and we're open to it, will we receive that? Okay, Creator, Spirit, sweet Jesus, God, all my relations, whatever you call it, has always got us, is always there supporting us, knows exactly what we need. And there's that divine timing. I'm thinking, I'm all by myself. Nobody loves me. And here calls somebody that loves me. And that has been there for me as much as they can be. We all got lives going on, especially when we got children, families, and hey, when we come from those messed up families, But hey, who doesn't? There's no exceptions. Everybody's got some messed up shit in their families. Everybody, no exceptions. Right? Say, oh no, mine was just perfect. Well, hey, I had rose-colored glasses on too. And you know what? There's a difference between rose-colored glasses and looking at the positive side of it too, because there's so much good. I enjoyed my childhood. There was, of course, things in it that, weren't so fun. But, I was watching others. Hey, oh my gosh, they're going through so much worse than I am. I need to be grateful and not complain. I was drilled into my head too. I'm grateful for that. We all come from, says, look at this human journey. Look at that. Look at all the suffering that's gone on. The ones thinking they know better and trying to control others and say, no, you need to live this way. We need to kill this part of you, nurture this part of you, because we want everybody to say, fall in line, fall in line, fall in line. Right? Trying to be in divine, you all. I'm saying that. In divine, you all, because we're in divine, you all. We're inside. We're divided inside of ourselves. An individual is in divide. We need to bring ourselves together. We're not going to bring the world together if we don't bring all parts of ourselves together and accept all parts of ourselves. The dark times, the bright times. You can't have one without the other. Sesame Street Sunshine. One of these things is not like the other. But we're all humans. We all have human emotions. We all have common ground. Look down. Right? We're walking on the same earth. No matter where you are on this earth, you're on this earth. We're all human beings on this earth. Maybe we're aliens walking around as human beings on this earth. I don't know. We're all human. We all have human emotions. We're all going to grieve. We're all going to feel like we've lost so much. We're all going to have those times, whether we care to admit it or not, where we think, oh, I'd just like to end it all right now. That's a tough one. Do you think less of somebody when they've done something like that? Like I said, mine have changed. I used to think that it was selfish, but maybe it's the most kindest thing that they think of to do. Because when you're in that, that's all you see. It's you can't see outside. It's this way. These things, you glue these things on. This is all I can see is the misery. I don't want to do the misery anymore. There's no hope in sight. There's no light there. But it's all back here. Right? We can't see it. We got those blinders on. It's that black hole. Maybe. It just popped into my head. This light's still all in there, but just can't get out. Because the gravity of that grief just pulls all that light down. Because we need that. We need it especially then. But then we kind of block it out from ourselves. We don't see it. No matter how much somebody tries to tell us. This is so powerful. This is so powerful to have control over this. Right? Connected. Through it all. Kids driving by, walking by. Anyway, let's do the smudge. Get clear. All right. I like this. No viewers. That's okay. I get sidetracked on my own. And we'll do it again. I'll try to get back into this. Let's clear our thoughts. Cleanse off. I got the sage in here that I actually got from my big eagle sister as well. Some from Smudge. And a little satchel, sacred medicine. This has got sage, cedar, sweetgrass, and tobacco in it. So I threw some of that on the top of here too. Super powerful smudge coming. And I'll use this for the last Life on Life's Term ceremony. Thank you so much. She made witch. She made these for everybody. Passed them out at that last Life on Life's Term ceremony, which was in 2020. I'm going to carry that on. Really do something here. I don't have the water. Pigeon Lake. Where am I? All right. Feet up there too. Oh, hello. Oh, ankles start to swelling. Get your feet up there too. I could come over here. Bench. Hmm. There we go. Smudge. Timestamp when the smudge starts. You just want to take the smudge. Language. Oh, language. No. Language. He said, language. So it's every morning. It's just a little bit of the prayer that I've heard. Basically, just says thank you for this every day. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the times that we had. Being grateful. Memories that we hold, having time to have those memories. You share with somebody, help someone. You know what you need to do. Pay attention to what your feelings are telling you need to do. And all the feelings are okay. There's lots. Sometimes it can bring up anger, frustration, whether people go out on God's terms or their own terms, whatever that is. But hey, if God's inside, isn't their terms God's terms too? I don't know. I don't know. We don't know until we get there. Hey, help me out. Lane, come down and tell me what it's all about and like up there now. Yeah, I definitely want to do something special here. Definitely want to carry on life on life's terms. I miss that. 2020 was the last one, and it seems like, well, birthday just another day now. I make it special for myself. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. I wish you could smell that. Light some cedar, sage, and sweetgrass. You know, oh, I don't. What's your sweetgrass in there? Cedar, sage, sweetgrass, tobacco. That's what was in there. 4 sacred medicines. This sacred too, just sitting here poking around at these embers. Smudge burns. The smoke goes up, carrying your prayers up to Creator, carrying that grief and that sorrow. And reminding that there is nothing lost. Energy doesn't disappear, it's always there. Energy is transformed. Always there. So she's with us, and I think there's so many people, so many of our sisters have been thinking of her. I said, well, she always thought of us. She loved us so much. No wonder. No wonder. Anyway, there we go. Little live bit from me. A live smudge. We all grieve. We all grieve differently. There's different types of losses too. I've been grieving for years now, and grieving people that are still alive, that have chosen to take themselves out of my life, cut me out of theirs. It's their choice. And there ain't nothing I can do, whether I don't like it or not. What can I do? I'm not the type to go push myself on anybody, no matter who that is. I'd rather go be alone than feel like, they're only doing it because I'm pushing myself. I don't know what that is. I like to be wanted. If I need it, I back away, because you know what? Then I feel like I'm going to let somebody down, because you know what? I ain't no superhuman. I'm just a human being, Cry and grieve, but lots of practice over the years of don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them see you cry. Spending all the time in the bathroom, in the mirror. I can relate so much to others, but I haven't been true to myself most of the time. That's hard for me, because I am an honest person, and it's very important to me, because I've been lied to so much and deceived. Sometimes it's just through jokes, so I practice not to be so gullible, even though I wouldn't let them know that I was believing. It's the butt of jokes for many, but I thought, hey, if everybody's laughing, here you go, laugh at me, right? And I thought they were laughing with me, and there's lots that were laughing at me, and I thought they were laughing with me. Lynn helped me feel very special. Felt like she's seen me. She had that way of doing it. Many were touched by her that way. She's still a human being, right? So none of us are perfect. We're going through making it all up as we go. I mean, that's what I think. We all just make it up as we go along, because who really knows? We might think we know. We might feel like we really know. We don't really know until we get there. I hope she's with John now. I hope she's at peace now. And I hope it's not like what dreams they come. And if it is, I hope John is just like that Robin Williams character in there. And in life, he was. I don't see why he would be like that. In death, he'll go bring her home. To be able to reach her. He couldn't. Love you, Big Eagle sis. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I gotta call my sunshine back. Maybe he's coming for lunch again. Hello, hello?
Hello.
Oh, there he is. Okay, love you. Biggest heart hugs ever. Thank you for being you, shining light through in everything you do. And you know what? This world needs you now more than ever. Thank you. Wonderful day. Hello, are you coming home for lunch again?